What's up, guys? I'm going to do an update and Mental Monday all at the same time. I've been doing as many updates because I feel like it's moving slow and I'm mostly healthy and there's nothing too dramatic happening like there was this summer. So here it is. I'm in the doctor's office, as you can see. I have to do this almost every week. I do, at some point it'll be less frequently. But one of the things I'm getting frustrated with lately is my breathing is not going up by all that much, right? It's been kind of plateaued. And so then I have to remind myself, progress doesn't work linearly, right? This is something I always explain to my athletes, and now I'm having to remind myself, right? We would love for it to be 1 unit of work means 1 unit of getting better, you know, and a nice straight line, perfect, predictable. But often that's not how it works. It's more like plateaus, right? So it's like I go here and then I jump and then I go here and then I jump. And that's kind of how progress works most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. And I got a good story to go along with it. I tell us probably at least once a year because a lot of kids struggle with that progress and plateauing, right? Because the plateau sucks. It's no fun. You've been doing all this work and you're still at the same place you were, you know, months ago potentially. And if I could point out one person, although we've had many at AWA, Mitchell Messenrick, I think, is the perfect example. You guys probably remember this, but summer of 2021, he doesn't place at Fargo. Fall of 2021, he takes 7th at Super 32, and so he'd kind of been stuck in this, somewhere to say, we'll say 12 through 20 ranking in his weight class in the country, right? And then he made a couple changes. I don't want to give you all our secrets, but he made a few changes, and that spring in April, all of a sudden he drills the number 1 kid in the country, wins UWW juniors, number 1 in the country. Then he goes and beats Levi Haynes, who just took world silver medal twice in a row to make the team, and then took a world silver medal. So I mean, we're talking about in the process of, you know, 10 months essentially, he goes from being a, you know, 12 through 20 type guy in the country to being a very, very clear number 1, right? And arguably kind of somewhere on the pound for pound list there also. And then obviously since then, he's been able to maintain that level. So the story I like to tell is the gold miner story. This is a true story. You can look it up. So during the gold rush, it was many years ago, guy moves out to California, buys the mining equipment, buys a piece of land, starts mining, right? And he's digging, and he doesn't find anything. So he gives up. He goes into town, he sells his mining equipment, he sells his land, and someone else buys the mining equipment and they buy the land. They go out there, they start digging, and my man was 1 foot away from a ginormous load of gold, right? And so this is just always a good reminder of you never know when those breakthroughs are going to happen. And yes, the plateaus suck. I'm in one right now for my breathing, which is one of the most important metrics, right? And if you don't give up and you just keep pushing, lots of times you see a gigantic jump, right? Just like the gold miner. He didn't find nothing for a while. And if he would have just kept going 1 more foot, think about that, 1 more foot, he would have found this huge sum of gold and been wealthy for the rest of his life. So I always have to remind my athletes, especially the younger ones, especially when we're not doing any competitions, they don't see progress. It's really difficult. They get frustrated and they're at this plateau. And like I said, a lot of times that's when people give up, right? That's when people say, man, I've been working hard. I can't make any progress. Why am I working this hard if I'm not getting any better? It's dumb. So that's your Mental Monday. I understand it's Tuesday. It happens sometimes. And for me, I need to get better at my breathing. I'm trying. I don't know. It's frustrating that it's not happening, but I know if I keep trying, it'll happen. Everything else seems to be on the up and up. So thanks for following. Hope you guys appreciate the Mental Monday and can put it in practice in your own life. I'm out of here. Peace.